Alright, back at it. This time we do some engine mounts. So looking at this, we kind of have been hanging off the last of the existing engine mount here, and I have it marked where I want the new one to go. So I have it rigged up here, up on the chain falls. I haven't got the load balanced yet, and I'm going to disconnect the transmission. So here we go. I gotta say, that's probably one of the most accessible transmissions I've ever looked at. All the bolts are right there behind the housing. Well, most of them came out pretty easy, but I snapped one off in the bell housing down there. Well, I'll fix it later. Alright, got her out. I think I lost my GoPro in the struggle. It fell right in the automatic transmission fluid. Now I want to pull this torque converter out with the transmission, but I couldn't find the bolts through here, through the starter hole. But now that I can see it better, I'm pretty sure this was the answer, this access plate here. So it'll go on that way. From here we'll clean these up and get the new motor mounts fabbed up. Okay, so I think I got the mounts done. This is how CAD works. Cardboard aided design. You just draw it out on some cardboard and then just give her. Then you just take her over here and then see if it still fits in time and space. Looks like she'll line up. And I'll do the same thing for the other side. So you'll notice that this is a lot thicker than the existing stuff. This is 1/4 inch and I think this is 3/16. That wasn't intentional or anything, that's just what I had on hand. So getting her tacked in here, this is where the old mount used to sit, and it just picks up the bottom of this, so it gets all three of them here. Alright, got both mounts tacked in, and now I'm going to work on some gusseting plates. I got them both burned in. I started with this one, and they look pretty good, but I totally forgot about welder duty cycle, and these ones aren't as good. I kept hitting the breaker and stuff like that, but yeah, I think they'll both hold plenty strong. Now that I got the engine mounts burned in, I'm going to start working on cleaning up the front end a little bit. So I'll probably take tires off, put it on some jack stands, take struts out, that kind of thing. Wow, I'm really starting to believe my initial theory that this thing was parked in the ocean. Jeez, just the slightest amount of brake action there. Just awful. I got my work cut out for me here. It's even like that on the other side. Like there's buildup on it. Well, ain't nothing to it but to do it. So, let's tear her apart. Status update, I got the calipers off and the brake pads. The brake pads look pretty new in stark contrast to the brake disc, and I'll need to get a bigger socket to get those off of. And then I started to tear apart the shocks with some light hammering and got both those off. Got the passenger side brake rotor off. The driver's side came off a little worse. It didn't come off in one piece. Whew. Okay, so this was awful taking off this wheel bearing, so I'm going to speed through this. This job was absolutely the worst. And it didn't come off easy at all, and it took me several hours. Okay, so a little bit of time went by. I I didn't have the GoPro running or anything like that because it's brutally cold out, and GoPro batteries don't last very long in the cold weather. So I spent about 8-10 hours getting the front of this off, the axles and all that stuff like that. I got a few things left, like the remains of the brakes and just a few other things there. And then I have the axle over here that I'm working on tearing apart a little bit. I'm going to work on taking this coupler off, pull the axle shafts out, probably finish draining the oil, and go from there. Okay, got the cover off and got most of the oil drained. Just looking at this crown gear, looks like there's a little bit of wear on it. You can kind of see it's like a dark black color there, and I don't know, fades off. I'm not sure what that means, but I'm gonna put the cover back on and then clean a little bit of the scale off before I get into it. As far as cleaning it up, some of it's taken well, other parts not so great. Looks like the bottom of that spring perch is junk. But I'm gonna work away at this over the next little while and get her all cleaned up.